Hi, so my name's Stuart Ascott and I'm a lecturer at West Suffolk College, and today I'm going to be making falafel. So to go with the falafel, I'm also going to make a mint yoghurt. So I'm going to start by just dicing up my onion, and what I've got here is some pre-soaked chickpeas. Now the biggest mistake people make when they make falafel is they open up a tin of pre-cooked chickpeas, and what happens is by the time they blend them, they're a heavy doughy ball and it all goes wrong. So the secret to a good falafel is that they're actually raw and that they've just been soaked. So I've drained them off. I'm now going to add my onion to it. I'm going to just dice up or slice up a piece of onion, of garlic. And then I've just got some parsley here and about double the amount of coriander. And I'm just going to chop that up roughly as well, ready to go through the mincer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this all up. I'm going to put it through the mincer on the large setting. And then once that's come through, I'm going to adjust it, change the setting on the machine to the middle setting, and then bring it through again. So I'll just give it a little mix up. So it's all ready to go. And then I'll just turn on the machine. And start to put the mix through. Actual preparation, this takes about 5 minutes. It's actually quite a quick thing to make, so it's quite a good little dish to learn to make, as long as you've got a mincer attachment. But what you can do, if you don't have a mincer, it's not always the best, but you can use a robo coupe or something to just blend it instead. So if you wanted to, this is a fairly standard recipe, but you could change some of the spices as well to make your own individual kind of flavour. You could even put something like some beetroot through it if you had a bit of raw beetroot, just to make a beetroot falafel. So now I'm just going to adjust the setting. So if there's a little bit of the mixture caught up, just take that out. Empty that into the bowl as well. So now the middle setting, it's just going to make it that little bit finer. So now I'm going through with the second setting, at a slightly finer amount. Start to push it through, and liquid will naturally come out with it. That is completely fine. Obviously there's moisture coming out of the chickpeas, coming out of the onions and the herbs. So the second lot comes through a little bit easier because it's already been blended up that first time, or minced through. It's just coming through now, nearly all of it through. Push that last bit through, so I'm just going to take that off. I don't want to use any of the bits, the last bits that caught now in the mincer. They won't be fine enough. I've now got here some gram flour, so chickpea flour. It's gluten-free. There's a little bit of baking powder in there just to just to help them rise and puff up slightly. And then I've got some spices like some cumin, paprika and coriander. So I'm just going to mix that through, nice and simple. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently mix that together. And that little bit of liquid that's come out is going to help make a kind of a batter with the flour and the spices. So then what I'm going to do is get about teaspoon-sized pieces. Just mix that a little bit more. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed so you get that even amount all the way through. Get about tablespoon-sized pieces. I don't want to make them too big either. And then just roll them into balls. If you want to be more consistent, you can even weigh these out and they could be scaled. If you're not very good at accurately telling by eye how big they should be. Weigh them out to be about 15 to 20 grams. And they'll come together really, really easy in your hand. If they are a bit sticky, you can also wet your hands. But I'd be careful about doing that because sometimes then you make your mixture too wet and it will fall apart. So I'm going to serve 3 of these to 4 a portion, no more than that. And from this mixture I use 125 grams of chickpeas. It's going to easily make about 12 falafel, so more than what you need for a starter. You could easily make enough for about 4 starters out of that amount of mixture. And what I'm going to do, as soon as these are moulded, I'm just going to put them in the fridge just to set for a few minutes, just so they hold together better in the fryer. And while that's doing, I can then make my yoghurt, make my little garnish ready to go. There we go, 12 falafel ready. Okay, so now I'm going to make the garnish. So my garnish is going to be cucumber ribbons, and then I've also got a little bit of chilli here that I'm just going to thinly slice, and just for a bit of colour more than anything. And then also I've got some yoghurt here that I'm just going to chiffonade up a little bit of mint put through, just to give a little bit of depth of flavour and a bit of freshness to the dish. So I'm just going to roll up the leaves to chiffonade. Again, as I said, this is a really, really simple little dish with lots of fresh flavour. So some fine mint just to mix through a little pot. I've also got here a little bit of dill oil. So with the dill oil, what I've done is I've used a whole bunch of dill to 300 grams of oil. I've blended it for 10 minutes in the Thermomix at 70 degrees, 2 minutes at full, and then down to speed 6 for the last 6 minutes. I've then passed it through some muslin just to get a nice green oil. This is again just for colour and a different flavour, because obviously the mint and the dill is going to be really fresh to taste with the falafel. So just to go with it as well, I'm going to have some ribbons of cucumber. Again, this just to give a little bit of salad and some difference in texture to the dish. So let me just quickly chiffonade up just a little bit of chilli as well. So there we've got our chilli, some cucumber ribbons, as I say, this is just for garnish, and again giving some more freshness to the dish. So I've got plate here. Give it a taste. A little bit of salt on the cucumber as well. Just making a couple of little kind of pools in the yogurt, and that's just going to help to catch that oil. Mix up my cucumber. Ready for the dish. A little bit of oil. And then I've got a little draining cloth ready for my falafel. So just drop those in, and I'm going to just cook these till they're golden. So some people may put sesame seeds around them. You can put sesame seeds around, but what I find is it does ruin the fryer. So it's not a personal choice that I'd ever do, but I will use a little bit of sesame seeds that have just been toasted just to help finish it off, to bring that into the dish as well. I've also got some coriander here, so I'm just going to use some whole leaves. Just again, a little bit more garnish. So I'm just frying these till they're golden. As I say, I've got the garnish ready. I want these to be served fresh and hot, okay? So I've just picked a few coriander leaves just to finish off the dish. And now they're lovely and golden. I'm going to just take those out, drain them off. Again, a little bit of salt just to finish them off. So another one just on the top for a bit of height. A few bits of chilli placed here and there. Some coriander, and just finished off with a little sprinkle of sesame seeds. So there I have it. I have my falafel with a mint yogurt, dill oil, and then a little cucumber salad.